Another feature of the Alpha 100 GPS unit is the ability to message and share other information from one GPS to the other. Now we've already seen how once you've added the contacts to each of the other GPS units, they automatically send their locational data every 2.5 seconds to all of the other GPS units that are hooked up to it. And when one GPS loses a signal, there's also a message indicator on all of the other GPS units to which it's hooked that lets you know that that unit lost its GPS signal. There's also a way you can actually send messages, and if we open up our slider menu here on these 3 units, we can look at the contacts. These are all the contacts that I have saved from one GPS unit to another. So I have 6 total GPS units in the department right now. That means each one of these has 5 other friend GPSs or contact GPSs. So these are the ones that are listed. So this unit is actually unit 1-1. This unit is 2-1 and this unit is 3-1. So you can see those other contacts, 4-1, 5-1, and 3-0, they're listed in the contacts of these units. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're in contact with those GPS units. In fact, those other 3 are currently turned off right now. Just because they're listed in the contacts doesn't mean that you have direct contact with them currently. It could be the unit's off, it could be out of range. Those are just the ones that are listed as friend GPS units. There is a messaging function. Now remember, these units are set up for hunting and other things. So you see a lot of these things are related to hunting or having dogs, you know, nice shot, things like that. So there's pre-designated messages you can send out. Unfortunately, you can't tailor any of these messages. So if I had the choice, I might change some of these a little bit more directly related to search and rescue or fire department use. But you have what you have in here, so you can send messages back and forth. And what it will do is, if I send a message out, like let's just say I want to say okay, like maybe I received a message, it is going to send that message out to all of the other units. And you can see 3-1 said okay. And so you can't select, I only want to send this message to a certain unit. Every unit that I'm currently in VHF contact with is going to get that message. So whether we'll be able to use that a whole lot in our fire department setting or not, I'm not sure. But the other thing that we have is on this contacts page, this red triangle right here. And you can also find that red triangle if you're in any spot on the GPS. If you press the power button, tap the power button once, you'll get this screen, which allows you to change the screen brightness and other things, and that red triangle also shows up there. So it's kind of a quick link to get to that red triangle. And what that is an emergency feature. So if you're in distress, you can send out an emergency message to all the other units with which you have VHF contact. The other place I could see using this is, let's say we're doing a search and you find a victim that maybe needs medical attention, or you want to draw other people to your location. This not only sends out an emergency message, which we'll do right now. Do you want to initiate the emergency alert? Yes. So it's going to send out the emergency alert to all of the other units that are connected to it. So my other unit said, hey, 3-1 has sent out an emergency alert. And you can either choose to ignore, or if you hit help, what it'll automatically do, send back a message to the alerted unit. It'll automatically create a waypoint where that unit's last location was and start navigating to it. So you can see we've set up an emergency waypoint right here. I've automatically navigated to it. You can also hear, if I don't press anything, this unit is beeping. So if you really were in distress and we were trying to find you, you would actually have this kind of like almost a pass alarm, a little beeping to let you know how to get found a little bit better if you can't speak or anything like that. So if I hit OK, I can go about my general business, and if I move this GPS unit, my emergency location, previous location, won't move. It's still a saved waypoint on the other units, so they're still going to be navigating to where I was, not necessarily where I am. So like I said, if you're out searching and you find a victim, you want to bring the ambulance to you, rather than you trying to figure out what your coordinates are, relaying those coordinates to operations or command, having the ATV or the ambulance, whoever's going to come to your location, do a where to coordinates or create a waypoint and lots of other steps. That's a very quick and easy way for you to quickly tell somebody, here I am and I want you to come to my location. So whether it's actually truly an emergency or not, or just a summon to come to my location, that red triangle function either on the contacts page or by pressing the power button on the side here can get you that function very quickly.